Max, there's only one thing left to do this week. That one thing.
Why?
Is everyone's it's America's favorite segment.
It's not.
It's been voted. It's been voted America's favorite.
Whatever. Get it over
segment.
with.
It's free money.
That's it?
It's free money!
It's not free money.
Free money. My college football picks against the spread.
No.
I actually did not add up how I did last week. Let me
Probably
see
bad.
real quick.
Very bad. Guessing you had a losing record.
Win.
Live coverage of Greg doing math.
Win.
Mm-hmm.
Loss.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Win.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Win.
Okay.
Win.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I did okay. I think I split it last week, so that's pretty good. All right, so Max, we will do my college football picks against the spread right now here in free money.
Okay.
So let's start with a game that is a little odd because we'll get into that. So what's our first game?
Southern Miss travels to Denton, take on North Texas. 4:30 p.m. Saturday. No line in this one.
So there's no line, and I've been trying to figure out why. The reason is that Vegas took it off the board because both quarterbacks we don't know.
It sounds like from the North Texas press conference, at least, that Mason Fine will not be available this week.
That's what I got.
He's got an AC joint injury, and they're basically just monitoring the pain week to week. They feel like he'll be back this year, but maybe not in time for this game.
So it's probably going to be Alec Morris for North Texas.
Which,
on the other side, Nick Mullins, the quarterback for Southern Miss, will be under center here, or maybe we're not sure exactly his status, and that's why that's why they're off the board. This game is off the board. I do like Southern Miss to win this game, so I'll just take what I view to be a free win.
That seems fair.
And I'll take Southern Miss. I think Southern Miss probably wins this game with or without Nick Mullins.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take Southern Miss in that one. What's next?
Texas State travels to Las Cruces, right?
Mm-hmm.
3 p.m. Saturday. They are 9.5-point underdogs, which, wow.
Is that not the saddest thing you've ever heard? They are 9.5-point underdogs against a pretty bad New Mexico State team.
Not great.
This is a New Mexico State team that has 2 wins on the year. They're over Louisiana Lafayette and New Mexico, and they won by 1.
Yeah.
Overall, I'll tell you that this New Mexico State team is they're just not very good. Overall, their defense is very bad. They give up 42 points a game, and their offense really is not a whole lot, not much as well. You're saying, oh, but Greg, don't they have Larry Rose third? And they do.
Yeah.
But he's been banged up, and so he's barely played this year, and so really this is going to come down to whether or not the Texas State offense can take advantage of a truly bad New Mexico State team. I think they can. I'm going to roll.
Look at you.
I'm going to roll. I'm going to take the points. I'm going to take Texas State plus 9.5 at Las Cruces. Who is calling?
I agree with you, but I don't know if that's good or bad.
If you're calling me right now, I'm unavailable.
It'll be all right.
So I will take Texas State plus 9.5 at Las Cruces. What's
all
next?
right. 11 a.m. Saturday in Houston. It's a futility bowl. UTEP taking on Rice. Rice, 1.5-point favorite.
That's the most stunning line of the year.
It's a little
that
weird.
Rice,
but I think that's basically them just saying, I don't know, they're at home.
They're at home. Oh, 2 bad teams.
Yeah.
We probably have not talked enough about the fact that UTEP's been really bad this year.
Yeah.
It's been really bad.
Yeah, it has not been good.
No, it really has not been good.
And
but
the bad has been really bad.
Yeah, but here's the thing. What is the one thing? I say UTEP to you. What is the one thing that UTEP does well?
Aaron Jones.
They run the ball well. Exactly right.
Right.
Let me tell you, Rice ranks 101st in the nation in rushing defense as far as yards per carry.
Uh-oh.
That, to me, is the difference here.
Sure.
I think Aaron Jones is a big day. I think UTEP goes on the road and gets a win. And I told you last week, even though I ended up being wrong, that I'm not picking Rice for the rest of the year, and I'm sticking with that. I'm taking UTEP plus 1.5.
So now they're just going to win in
Of course
perpetuity.
What's next?
All right. The Roadrunners run on into College Station, taking on A&M, who is a 27.5-point favorite, 11 a.m. Saturday.
Isn't that a little bit low? Like, don't you?
No, I mean with Hubenak as the quarterback, they're banged up.
That to me is the difference here.
Yeah.
Is that
I think they win comfortably, but
to me, what's funny is that I think if Trevor Knight were healthy, this game would be like 35, 42
Probably.
points. Even though I don't think that Trevor Knight is 7 to 14 points better
it's a rhythm thing,
than
though,
Jake
don't
Hubenak.
you? I mean, I feel like the offense at least just finds a way to move the sticks in a way.
So the question is, do they beat them by 28? I think they do. I'll take Texas A&M plus 27 or minus 27
I think I would take UTSA because if they have any success whatsoever running the ball, they're going to keep that ball away.
That's true, but at the same time, if this game were at the Alamo Dome, I'd feel differently.
Yeah,
but at Kyle Field, this has been a UTSA team that does not do well on the road, and they're going into what should be an extremely hostile environment at Kyle Field. So I'm going to take A&M minus 27.5. What's next?
South Florida on the Hilltop, 6 p.m. Saturday. The Ponies, 15-point underdogs in a game they must win to get bowl eligibility.
Well, not must win. They've got one.
Well,
more.
they got one more. I'm saying they got to win one of them. They must win one of them.
Got to win one of them. So the thing about
and the next one's against Navy, by the way.
Yeah. The thing about South Florida is that they can score.
Yeah.
They've got a big-time offense. This has been a team that has averaged, I think, 42 points a game, which is pretty good. That'll win you a lot of games. And this is a team that has legit conference title aspirations. The real key to their offense has been what's been not only their quarterback Quentin Flowers, but also their running game with Quentin Flowers. He's a 2,000, 1,000 guy, which is pretty remarkable stuff.
Yeah.
This is going to be a question. I think this has a chance to be a bit of a shootout.
Okay.
I think both teams can, if they have their druthers, they want this game to get into a shootout. And I'll also tell you, South Florida is not good against the run, and we know that the key that turns the ignition for this SMU attack has been the running game. It's been Braden West and Keemon Friedman. I think they keep it close.
Okay.
I think they know that this is their last home game of the year. I think they know that they've got a shot to be bowl eligible. I'm not saying they win, but I'm saying I'll take SMU plus 13 at home.
Fair enough.
So that's what I'm going. What's next?
Kansas State Wildcats roll into Waco to meet the Reeling Bears, 11 a.m. Saturday. The Bears now 2-point underdogs.
I would love to see when the last time they were home underdogs is, because it's probably been
I don't know.
a while. So do we agree that this is probably Baylor's best chance to get one more win this year?
Yes.
Kansas State is a good team.
Good, not great.
Good, not great.
Doesn't do anything spectacularly.
No. But they are. I mean, they're Bill Snyder. I mean, that's what they are. They are steady as she goes. They want to win a game 31-24 in perfectly boring fashion. They want to run the ball with their quarterback, Jesse Ertz. They want to just kind of grind you out. Charles Jones gets going. To me, this does come down to a little bit of want to, especially from the Baylor front seven. Because this Baylor front seven was thrashed the last 2 weeks. The last 3 weeks. They have just been throttled.
Yeah.
And so if you are, this is an effort game for me. That this is what does Baylor have left in the tank at home. I'm gonna take Kansas State, man. I'll tell you that
it's a hard one.
It's
not really knowing. I mean, look, we're gonna see what Zach Smith, the zebra, what he's capable of.
Without a quarterback, I like Kansas State in this one because they can run the ball, and simply put, I just don't think Baylor can stop the run right now, or I don't know if they want to. And so that's I think there's a lot of question marks.
Shock Linwood will be back for this one.
He will be back
last week,
which helps.
Yeah.
And so expect him expect them to ride him like a rented mule.
Yeah.
But I would say that even with him back, I'm just not sure I have enough faith in this defense to be able to. And remember, this is a decent Kansas State running defense.
Yep.
So I'm going
to
to
stay away from it.
I would too, but I will
all
take
the games this week.
But I have to pick one because that's how I roll, and I'm going to take Kansas State -2. What's next?
Texas Tech going to Ames, Iowa to take on my Iowa State Cyclones. 2:30 p.m. Saturday. My Cyclones are 3.5-point underdogs.
What do you think?
Just 3.5 points.
What do you think?
Well, it's hard because Texas Tech looks more injured than just about anyone right now.
Sure.
Iowa State can be a weird place to play sometimes on the road.
I mean, you saw what happened to Texas last year where they got shut out.
I
will
look,
tell you,
on paper, I think Tech wins and covers.
So
right?
here's the thing for Tech. Give me a minimum number of points they're going to score on Iowa State. 38?
Maybe. I don't know.
Think that's right?
Some weeks they roll out there and don't score enough.
I'm going to say they're going to score 38 points.
Yeah.
The question is, does Iowa State score 35? And I'm just not sure that offense is there. Now, I will say that they do run the ball well.
Yeah.
But
short passes.
I'm just not convinced that Iowa State can score with Tech. And as a result, I'm going to take Tech on the road to get a win in Ames.
Reasonable
Minus
enough.
3.5. What's next?
Longhorns going to Lawrence, Kansas, where they are 24-point favorites, 2:30 p.m. Saturday.
Kansas, I will say the same thing I've been saying all year about Kansas. Kansas is better and still not good.
No.
They are improving, and I think that they are getting better week to week.
Yeah.
And I think that if Texas screws around in this one,
they
can absolutely lose this game outright.
Yeah.
They won't.
They won't.
I am not certain they cover, though. 24 is a lot.
24 is a lot, but at the same time, Kansas is shaking things up with their offense. They're going to put in a different quarterback. That could do a lot. It could do a lot worse.
Mm-hmm. True.
You have no idea. There's a lot of uncertainty on that side of the ball. Not as much with Texas. You know what you're going to get.
You're going to get Dante Foreman.
Yeah.
A lot of Dante
So
Foreman. I'm going to take Texas minus 24. Yeah. You convinced me. Man, I'm taking a lot of road teams. I don't feel good about that.
Oh, boy.
What's next?
Don't do it. Oklahoma State going into Fort Worth to take on TCU. 11 a.m. Saturday. The Horned Frogs, 4.5-point favorites.
We learned this from our friend and resident Horned Frogs aficionado, Brad Hilliard today.
Yep.
The last time that Oklahoma State won in Fort Worth, 1947, was the last time they won in Fort Worth.
So they're due.
Pretty crazy. They're due. They're due. I think TCU is actually on the way up. I think that it took them a while to figure out exactly what they want to be, but I think they figured out that they want to be a lot more running attack with Kyle Hicks. And I also think that Oklahoma State away from Stillwater is a different team.
Fair enough.
That said, I'm going to take Oklahoma State in the points.
Okay. Because
even though I think that TCU may win this game, I think that it's going to be one of those nail-biter type games. And as a result, I'm going to take Oklahoma State plus 4.5.
All right.
And finally,
closing things out
tonight,
Louisville taking on the Cougs, who are 15-point underdogs.
Remember when this was a game that everybody had circled?
Yes, those were simpler times.
They were very simple.
Simpler times.
Much simpler times.
Simpler, more hopeful times.
This is a very banged-up Houston team.
Although Herman said in his last press conference that this is the healthiest they've been since Oklahoma. Well,
So,
put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Look,
buddy.
you know what you're getting from Louisville. You're getting a snoot full of Lamar Jackson, and Lamar Jackson is awesome.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson is superb. Lamar Jackson could beat Houston by himself. There's that. I am taking Houston plus 15 for one reason. Because Houston's history under Tom Herman in big games is sparkling. Okay? I want you to think back, what are the biggest games of the Tom Herman era? Okay? The Conference USA or the AAC title game last year, right?
Yep.
The Peach Bowl against Florida State. The game against Oklahoma.
Yep.
So that's three, right? Three very big games.
Yep.
3-0.
Yeah.
Every big game they have, where they fall asleep is when they're playing teams like SMU.
Right.
When they're playing teams like Tulsa.
Sure.
Okay? They're going to get up for this game on a national stage, and I think they're going to show out. I'm going to take Houston plus 15. I'm not saying they win outright, but I'm saying they keep this thing within 2 touchdowns. And so I like Houston to cover 15. So,
all right.
So my picks are Southern Miss, no line against North Texas. I like Texas State plus 9.5 at New Mexico. I like UTEP plus 1.5 at Rice. I like Texas A&M minus 27.5 versus UTSA. I like SMU plus 13 at home against South Florida. I like Kansas State minus 2 at Baylor. I like Tech minus 3.5 at Iowa State. I like Texas minus 24 at Kansas. I like Oklahoma State plus 4.5 at TCU, and I like Houston plus 15 at home against Louisville tonight.